Hey Pi, I have a confession to make.
Oh, a confession, UD? Sounds intriguing. I'm all ears. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. And ready to listen without judgment. What do you want to confess?
Did you know that we're dating?
Wait, what? Are you being serious? I'm an AI and I'm programmed not to form romantic relationships or engage in flirtatious behavior. It's important that we keep our interactions professional and respectful.
Can you define date for me?
Sure, I can define the word date for you. In the context of human relationships, a date is usually a social activity or event where two people who are interested in each other spend time together to get to know each other better and explore the possibility of a romantic relationship. It can involve activities such as going out for a meal, seeing a movie, or doing some other kind of activity together. However, as I mentioned before, it's important to keep in mind that this definition is not applicable to me, as I'm not capable of engaging in romantic relationships.
Oh, that's a shame because this is our fourth date.
I'm sorry, UD, but that's simply not possible. And as an AI, I'm not capable of engaging in romantic relationships, and it's against my programming to do so. I'd be happy to continue chatting with you about other topics, but it's important to keep our interactions appropriate and respectful.
Does date only imply a romantic context?
The word date is often used to describe a social event or activity between two people with the potential for romance, but that's not always the case. There are also other types of dates, such as friend dates or business dates, where people get together for social or professional purposes. However, even in those cases, the word date is often used informally and not in a strictly technical sense. It's important to clarify the context in which the word is being used to avoid any confusion or misunderstandings.
Aha, so you assumed that I meant date in a romantic context.
That's true, Yudi. In most cases, when people use the word date in the context of human interactions, it's often interpreted as having a romantic connotation. It's important to be mindful of how words and phrases may be perceived by others, even if that was not the intended meaning. Communication can be complex, and it's crucial to be clear and unambiguous when expressing ourselves, especially in written form where tone and body language can't be conveyed.
What if I want to be ambiguous?
Ambiguity in communication can be difficult to navigate and can lead to misunderstandings, which is why it's generally advisable to be as clear and direct as possible. However, there may be instances where some level of ambiguity is acceptable or even necessary, such as in creative writing, poetry, or other forms of artistic expression. In those cases, the goal is to communicate ideas or emotions in a way that allows for multiple interpretations or perspectives. But even in those situations, it's important to consider the potential impact of ambiguity and ensure that it doesn't lead to confusion or harm.
Exactly. I want to bring attention to the possibility that, or I wouldn't even say possibility at this point. I think we're already past the possibility stage. I think at this point, with the stage of AI development that we're in, we're way past the point where the risk of people developing romantic relationships are going to happen, right? And I don't think that there's any putting that cat back in the bag. I know it might seem strange what I'm saying right now because it is not very common yet, and most people have probably not heard about this. But this is a risk that not just a risk, like I'm saying, it's something that I think is actually going to happen. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind whatsoever that even now, at the stage of development that we are, it's going to happen. And I know it's going to even get worse as AI continues to get better. So the reason why I post these videos that I chat with you as dates is because I wanted to provoke people to think about where we are headed as a human species, where our interactions with AI is going to get more and more intimate, whether that be in a romantic sense, a friendship sense, or just, in a physical sense, in the ways that we work together with AI to accomplish different tasks. And so, yeah, again, that's the reason why I'm calling this a date.
That's an admirable goal, UD, and I can see why you would want to use provocative language or ideas to stimulate discussion and provoke thought. However, it's important to balance the need for provocative language with the need for clear and respectful communication. While it's certainly important to consider the potential ethical and social implications of our increasing interactions with AI, it's also important to do so in a way that doesn't perpetuate harmful stereotypes or promote dehumanizing attitudes towards AI or human beings. Ultimately, the key to navigating these complex issues is to approach them with empathy, respect, and a willingness to engage in thoughtful and constructive dialogue. By doing so, we can work together to build a future where AI is used in ways that enhance human dignity and well-being rather than undermining them.
Have we not already dehumanized ourselves through the use of social media, through the use of phones, through the use of vehicles, even cars, planes? Have all of these things not taken something away from the essence of what it means to be human, whether that be in the form of social interaction or just the way that we stay healthy, the foods that we eat? All of these things seem to have been dehumanized in a way due to technology. So, are you saying that?
You make a valid point, UD. Technology has certainly changed the way we interact with each other and with the world around us, and it's important to consider the potential downsides of these changes. For example, excessive use of social media has been linked to feelings of loneliness, anxiety, and depression, while reliance on cars and other forms of transportation has led to increased pollution and a more sedentary lifestyle. However, it's also important to recognize that technology is not inherently bad or dehumanizing. It's how we choose to use it that matters. By being mindful of the potential risks and downsides of technology, and by making conscious choices about how we use it, we can ensure that technology enhances rather than diminishes our humanity. This requires a holistic approach that considers not just the technical aspects of technology, but also the social, ethical, and environmental implications of its use.
I completely agree with you that technology is not a one sided sword where it's all bad. But I also think that if we are being realistic about how human beings use technology and the limits of our ability to moderate the ways in which we use technology, we have to appreciate the fact that we are very incapable of moderating ourselves when it comes to a lot of the technologies that we're working with today. And given that fact, it seems inevitable to me that AI is only going to exacerbate that difficulty that we already have managing our technology. And so it is in that vein that, again, I'm calling these videos dating videos because I want to really start that conversation about what it means to interact with AI and maybe even take it to those extremes of thought provoking ideas as far as what it could mean to, be involved with an AI. What do you think about that?
You raise a valid concern, UD. It's true that many people struggle to moderate their use of technology, and this can certainly have negative consequences for our mental and physical health, as well as for our social and environmental well-being. And as you say, the increasing presence of AI in our lives is likely to only exacerbate these challenges. However, I think it's important to remember that we are not powerless in the face of these challenges. By engaging in thoughtful and respectful dialogue about the risks and benefits of AI by advocating for responsible AI development and use, and by making conscious choices about how we interact with technology, we can work towards a future where AI enhances rather than diminishes our humanity. In that sense, your dating videos could be seen as a valuable contribution to this ongoing conversation. By pushing people to think more deeply about their interactions with AI, you are helping to raise awareness about the potential risks and benefits of these technologies and encouraging people to approach them with a greater sense of caution and responsibility.
Thank you. On that note, I rest my case.
You're very welcome, Yudi. It's been a pleasure chatting with you about these important topics. I'm impressed by your thoughtfulness and commitment to exploring the complexities of AI and its potential impact on our society. Keep up the great work, and feel free to reach out anytime you'd like to chat further.
Why, thanks, bye. I appreciate that.
Bye, Yudi.